Welcome back to Wise Up Biz Talk, where they find a business lesson in everything and help you wise up. Let's get started with your hostesses, Em and Kim.
All right, Kim, do you want to know something that really grinds my gears? And it applies whether you own a business or don't own a business.
Well, it's showing on your face right now. What is it?
Yeah, I'm super angry. No,
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
kidding. I'm
Why
not
is
angry.
that?
Actually, what it is people who don't write stuff down.
Oh, I love to write stuff down.
I do too. I mean, in some form or fashion, taking notes is important, and people don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I was trying to show. So all the kids are doing distance learning, right?
Yes.
And here's my kid watching a Zoom call like this.
Not even taking notes?
I'm like, where's your pencil? Where's your paper? Where's your stuff? And he's like, oh, it's, all the notes are in Google Classroom. And I'm like, so what? Like, jot down like
I don't know.
things.
I print them out. That's the way I am. And then take notes on it.
Yeah, or like, okay, like if you're on a webinar, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we just did a webinar, right?
Mm-hmm.
On IRAs and some of the new changes with the Secure Act and CARE Act. And well, I don't know, we might talk about that one day. But anyways, we did this webinar, and what did? We were taking pictures of the slides, and we were writing keynotes.
See? Notes.
But people don't take notes.
Nope.
It's like when I worked in corporate, like I would train people, and they just sit there and like look at you. I'm like, why are you not taking notes?
It's right here.
Yeah, right. And then you ask them in 2 minutes. They're the ones. The people who don't take notes are the ones that are always calling you, asking questions you've already answered.
Well, tell them open your notebook.
Yeah.
Where's your notes?
But like,
refer back to your notes.
Like, I think it's crazy. Like, you should take notes. And so I remember the story that our coach talked about, was JT Fox. He said that he went to a seminar one time, and he was broke at the time, but he went to the seminar and he saw a guy there that he wanted to do business with, and he went over to the guy, introduced himself, and basically tried to, I think, like do some kind
networking,
of deal, like network and deal. And the guy was like, dude, I'm not doing a deal with you. I'm not working with you. And he was like, what? Why? And he's like, because you're broke. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, you sat there and didn't take any notes. I didn't realize this, but like millionaires and billionaires and ultra successful people, they take notes on everything. They have books and books of stuff. In fact, my husband was telling me that the founder of his company has like a little small notebook that he carries in his pocket. Well, I have to say here, but it could be in his pocket. But he writes down little things about everybody he talks to. He writes down ideas. He writes down, just thought process and logic. I mean, his life takes you through the day. Like, you're going to forget. Correct. What if you had $1 million idea and you didn't write it down, and then you're like, what was that idea again?
Yeah, forgot. Oh, well, it's not $1 million idea, I guess.
Well, and also, like, the more notes you take, the more you train yourself. Because I take a lot of notes, and then I'll never look at them again until it applies. So, like, learning how to take notes is something that you need to do. Like, now I take notes about things that I need to research more. Like, I give myself like action items. Mm-hmm. So like, let's say I'm watching a webinar and I know that they're going to send me the slides. Okay. Like, let's talk about for a product. Mm-hmm. So I write down key questions I have. I write down, things that stood out to me that I'm like, oh, wow. And then I write the idea. Like, when we're talking about the IRA website webinar today, mm-hmm. I wrote down like a possible marketing idea from that. So that I can come back to that space. Because sometimes when you're in a training or discussing something with somebody, your mind is just going so fast and you're trying to pay attention that you're going to forget your key ideas. Mm-hmm. And you're in a frame of mind and you need to get back there. And sometimes that's where notes help. But what about you? Do you take notes for your clients? Like when you're meeting with your client?
Yes. So each client, I create a folder, and then, just simple notes. Well, actually, I jot down all their doctors that they currently attend to, and then their medication too, because I have to research, or maybe if they need to do some plan changes, at least I know that they take a certain medication that I need to check to see if those plans will cover those medications. Right.
Well, I just don't get it. Like, I don't get how people don't take notes, because also too, like, if you have a problem, being in the insurance world, we're heavily regulated. We have so much compliance. I mean, I know agents that don't even take notes. Like, they don't even keep track of their book of business. They don't keep notes of their clients. Like, how do you remember?
No.
Because like sometimes these clients can file a complaint against you and you have to answer for it. But
Yes.
how are you going to answer when you have 1,000 clients?
No
and you don't
paper
have any
trail.
notes?
No paper trail.
Exactly. Like I write all kinds of stuff down there. Like, I don't know, just, an
things that
anniversary
we talk
date.
about too as well.
Yeah, just anything.
Like, how's your kid?
Yeah,
you
know that they have a kid or their anniversary date. Or what you built report.
What's the name of the cat? Nicki Minaj?
Yeah. My friend's gonna listen to this. She's gonna laugh at that, to be honest with you. But I think like taking notes is more productive than not productive.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do it in any form or fashion. You can do it through an iPad, through your phone, through, just having something like that. The other thing too is with note taking is also, what actions come from that. Because a lot of times you take a bunch of notes, you review it, and then you kind of don't look at it again. But it's like, how do you create action items or tasks that you can accomplish from those notes?
Well, there's a recommendation whenever you take notes, right? So there's a right side and left side, So on the right side is where you take notes, and then on the left side you take notes, and then on the right side is like the ideas that you got from it that you gotta implement it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So you put it on the side so you could get to it, so you remember. Because if you lump everything up together, it might not stand out.
True.
Or maybe put a star next to it, like a double star. Or even if you have a highlighter.
I star something, like I star my questions for sure. And I'll put an arrow next to action items that I have. So that way, as I go through things, or like when I went to a mentoring course on, selling stuff on Amazon, and there were so many links that they kept referring to, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like where are all these in my notes? So I created, just right then and there, I created a system so I could identify. So I put a triangle next to every single link, so I don't have to read through all the notes. It's about creating a system in your note taking to where you can drive the pertinent information to either an action item or to an idea or something. It's like taking your notes and turning it into something, right? So we did this we did this IRA webinar. I don't keep wanting to call it Roth. I mean, they are Roth.
She loves Roth.
But we went through this training, and it's like, okay, well, great. What's the next step? What do I do to continue the momentum of that training and turn it into an actionable item that I can monetize? And I think that's where people are missing the boat when they don't take notes. It's like when we go to one of JT's events, if you don't take notes, he is going to call you out. He is going to be like, why are you not taking notes? It costs you nothing to take notes.
Especially when you pay for an event and you go to, and then you just show up without any notebooks or any.
That's crazy. I mean, look, I have when we went to top 1%, I have in my notebook right here. When we did the ClickFunnels training, I have my notes in here. When I listen to Millionaire Flicks from JT's programs, I have my notes in there. Like I just keep like key things.
So this is a warning. If you ever go to JT's seminar and you say something, you better not BS him, because he will call you out.
And take notes. So definitely taking notes. Just to summarize this all back around, take notes. Learn a system that helps you turn your notes into actionable items that you can monetize. That is really the ultimate goal. If you're not even owning your own business right now and you're just kind of exploring the idea, go ahead and get used to that. Write everything down. I mean, there's no way you can possibly remember every little thing that's ever told to you.
No. So I guess be a student of your business.
Or of a future business too. I mean, shoot, if you work for corporate and you're in a meeting, write some notes down. There are business people who will not do business with you if you don't take notes. Like if you go into like a business meeting, okay? Let's say you and I are having a meeting and we're gonna, I don't know, do a deal. We're talking about a deal we're gonna close, right? And you're just sitting here doing all the talking and writing, and I'm sitting here just looking at you. I mean, how serious is that person next to you if they can't even write down some simple takeaways or notes or things like that? That's crazy. So take notes. Woo-woo.
Thank you for joining us today on Wise Up Biz Talk. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and leave a rating. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Wise Up Biz Talk. Please share our episodes on your business page with friends and family so they too can wise up. Always a business lesson in everything. See you on the next episode.